up, guys? My name is Courtney, and in today's video, I just want to first of all say thank you so much for watching my video. Thank you so much for coming to my channel. I'm super excited to be posting regularly now. I just really got off track, but now I'm together and I'm going to be posting videos every single Wednesday. So hopefully you guys will subscribe and check it out. I'm going to be incorporating a lot of new things to my channel, so I really hope that you all will stick around with me through my YouTube journey and just see where it goes. But anyway, besides the point, today is a really special video because I am collaborating with another YouTuber named Ann Tran. She's the awesome Storytime YouTuber, and she posts a lot of awesome content. We're collaborating today on, it was supposed to be like fake and trashy friends, but I've pretty much already told all my stories about trashy friends. So if you would like to see a story time about more trashy, annoying, rude, messed up friends, you should totally go check out her video. I'm gonna put the link down below, so make sure that after you finish watching my video, you click the link below so you can check out her channel too, and make sure you subscribe to her channel because she posts awesome content as well. Today for my video, I'm going to be talking about the time that I got into a fight with my ex-boyfriend's ex-girlfriend. This is such a crazy story, but it happened back in 2014. So if you're interested in seeing how I got into a fight with my ex-boyfriend's ex-girlfriend, then you should totally keep on watching this video because it seriously is a crazy story. And I'm not going to make it as long as my last one, so keep on watching if you want to hear the tea. Alrighty, so this all started back in 2014 whenever I met my ex-boyfriend. We met and whatever, I'm not going to tell the whole story because it doesn't really matter, but we became boyfriend and girlfriend. But at the time, we weren't boyfriend-girlfriend yet. So he told me that like he didn't talk to his ex-girlfriend anymore. Keep in mind, me and him went to two separate high schools. So he went to like a public high school in our city, and I went to a private high school in our city. So I didn't know like a ton of people. I had never heard of him before, but a lot of people knew him, but I didn't. So he told me that him and his ex-girlfriend had recently broke up, like a couple months before me and him started talking. They were still kind of communicating, but they weren't together or anything like that. So I didn't know her anyway, so I didn't care. So I was like, cool, like whatever, we're just talking anyway. Well, the story gets so bad so fast. So basically, I'm thinking, you know, I'm the only chick, like there's nobody else. Like he may be communicating with her, but they're not talking, they're not together, nothing. So one day, me and my cousin, we go to this like store that's on this, it's in my city, but it's this random store, and me and my cousin were going there, and I previously in the day was showing her my new boo or whatever, like because he wasn't my boyfriend yet. So I was showing her my new dude or whatever, and I'm like, yeah, this is him, and I guess this is like a picture with him and his ex-girlfriend, whatever. So we get to the store, and my cousin stays in the car, which she's not really my cousin, she's like my really like best friend, but my cousin stays in the car, and I get out and I'm walking inside of this store. So I'm inside the store getting whatever I'm getting. It was obviously something really quick. So I get my stuff and I'm going to like check out in the checkout line. So all of a sudden, my cousin comes like rushing in the store, and she's like, Courtney, I think that's your exit, or I think that's your new dude's ex-girlfriend. And I like turn around, and she's like, hey Courtney, hey girl, what's up girl, hey, like all that kind of shit. And I'm just like, hi. And then she's like, what, you don't know me? You don't know me? And I'm like, no, I don't. Like, I don't know you. Who are you? Because honestly, I would have never recognized her. It's so amazing that my cousin recognized her because I had only showed her a picture once. Like, I would not have recognized that girl at all. And that girl was with her cousin. So it was just going to be her and her cousin and then me in the store. So that's why my cousin came in. Shout out to you, Arian. I don't know if you care if I use your name. I'm sure you don't. But you're a real one for that, because if they try to jump me or something, I don't want to be by myself. But anyway, so like basically she just did all that. And I'm like, no, I don't know you. And I like checked out. I walked out of the store, I got into the car, and she rushes over to the restaurant where my ex-boyfriend worked at, and she's like, you need to get your new girl, da-da-da-da-da, like just going off on him. And I'm just like, this doesn't make any sense. And so I go home, tell my mom everything that happened, and she's like, you know, nobody's gonna act that crazy over a guy that they're not talking to, or that they're not dealing with, or that they're not with. And I'm like, well, they were together for like 4 years and they just broke up a few months ago. And she's like, yeah, but even still, nobody's gonna act like that unless they're together now. Which, now that makes sense that I'm like 23 years old, but back whenever I was 18, I was like, no, like, he would never lie to me. He would never talk to somebody. I still to this day honestly don't know if they were like talking or whatever, but I think that they were. Not a shocker. But anyway, so that happened that summer. So in the fall, I was going away to college. I went to school down in Bloomington, and my ex-boyfriend had come down, because at this point we were boyfriend and girlfriend. So he came down to Bloomington, we were hanging out, all this kind of stuff. And one day, he was meeting me in my dining hall. And the dining hall was pretty big because I lived in the dorms that were newly renovated. So they had like this brand new like Chinese food and like ice cream place and all this kind of stuff. So he was meeting me there once I got out of class. So I got out of class, I went to meet him, and as soon as I went to meet him, I was walking from my dorm to the little dining hall, because they were like in threes, but they were all right there. All right, for the rest of this video, I'm gonna be calling my ex, who was my boyfriend at the time, Bob, because if I say ex, you all may get confused. So Bob was meeting me inside the dining hall, and I was walking in and I saw his ex-girlfriend coming in behind me. Now keep in mind, she did not go to this college that I went to, or this university. She went to like a community college. So there was no reason why she should have been there, but she was there because she saw me going in and she just wanted to start problems. So I went into the dining hall and I see my Bob. And I'm like, hey, Bob. And he's with all his friends. And it's like 8 guys or 7 guys or 6 guys. Something like that. So I'm like, hey, Bob. Like, just so that you know, your ex-girlfriend's about to come in here right now. And I wanted him to know, because it's like, you need to know that she's causing all types of issues. Because throughout the whole summer, she was just... It was like she was following me. Like, I would be somewhere and she would be there. Like, she was following me. But I don't want to make this story long, so I'm just, like, not going to go into all that. But, so I'm like, yeah, she's following me right now. So she comes in and she goes up to Bob and she's like, Bob, you need to get all of your out of my apartment right now. And I knew that his stuff was in there because it was like a situation where I had a dorm and he didn't have anywhere to stay down there. So all of his stuff that he moved, he had to move with him. So he said he was putting it in her storage, which who really truly knows like what was going on? But I wasn't one to be like, no, you can't do that, because I didn't have anywhere for him to put his stuff. I was so stupid. So she's like, you need to get all of your shit out of my apartment. And then she turns to me and she's like, hi, bitch. And I'm like, what? I literally, like, I'm shocked that this is going on. So I, like, don't say anything. And so she grabs his arm and she pulls him out and she's like, we need to go. You need to get your shit out my apartment. So they're walking away, and I'm just standing there with all his friends looking dumb. So I start walking behind them. Like, that's supposed to be my man. Why are you walking away holding his hand? So I start following them. This girl turns around and is like, you need to back up, and pushes me with one hand. And I was like, this is not about to be a fight right now. Like, first of all, I'm so thankful that I don't have the mindset and mentality I have now. Because if I had the mentality I had now, as soon as she touched me, she would have got hit dead in her mouth right then and there. She would have got knocked right then and there. I'm not gonna lie. But I was right out of high school, so I was more of like a calm person. So I just didn't do anything. Well, I did. She shoved me with one hand, and I pushed her back with two hands, like, don't touch me. And whenever I pushed her, she hit into a door, so it like made a really loud sound. So like everybody heard that, and everybody started looking. And I think that embarrassed her. So she turned around, ran, and jumped on top of me. And I'm literally like laying, because she jumped on top of me while I was standing. So I fall back, smack my head on the ground. She's on top of me, and she's like, I'm thinking she's gonna like actually hit me, because that's what a normal person would do that's that mad. Like, if I'm gonna put my hands on someone, I'm going to beat you up. Like, I may not win the fight, but I'm definitely gonna put in a fight. She literally sat there and was like pulling my hair, because my hair was down, and she's pulling my hair, and she bites my arm right here, and I'm just laying there, because like I'm not hurting at all. I'm just shocked. So like I'm laying there, and I'm like kind of like looking around her at my ex or at Bob, and I'm like, are you gonna do anything? Like, I didn't say that, but I'm thinking that in my head, like, are you gonna try and get her off? Like, what are you doing? So she's sitting there pulling my hair, and everybody's like, oh my God, oh my God. And so finally, it feels like it was forever, but it was probably only like 30 seconds or a minute. And so like she's pulling my hair, and eventually like I kind of like snap out my thoughts, and like my head is actually starting to hurt, because she's like actually pulling my fucking hair. And she had like weave braids in her head, like the little micro braids that are super, super tiny. So finally, I just wrap my hands around her fucking braids and yank her head down to the fucking ground next to mine. And she's like, Bob, get your bitch off of me. And so finally, this like random janitor comes out of nowhere, grabs her, pulls her up, and as soon as he freaking pulled her up, I snatched those micro braids so hard out her head. Literally, like 2 months after that fight, she cut all of her hair off, like to like literally like this short. And it's probably because I ripped a chunk of her hair out, and it was probably bald, because whenever you have those micro braids, like those are super tight and tiny. Even though hers were hella old, like I still yanked them out. So I know I yanked her hair out. But anyway, so I yank them out, and I'm like, get your nasty ass weave, bitch. Like, don't fucking touch me. And they told her like she could never come back to IU's campus, because she didn't even go to school there, so why is she there? My ex left with her because she had burned his clothes before, so I'm pretty sure he wanted to go get his stuff, or else she probably would have burned his stuff. So he went and got his stuff, and I was just like so mad. I'm like, are you freaking joking me? Like, this is so embarrassing. And then they called the ambulance because I smacked my head and I said my head was hurting. So literally, it's so embarrassing, because the ambulance came and they're like, are you okay? Like, does this hurt? And I'm just like, this is the most embarrassing thing of my life. So literally, that's the whole entire fight at IU, and I never saw her again. But me and her still had hella beef, because one, she stalked me the previous summer. Two, she stalked me during the school year, and that's how she saw where I was at, because she was stalking my building. That's how she knew I lived there. It wasn't just ironic that she got off the bus there because she didn't go to school there. So there was no reason why she was even over in that area. And three, then I left IU, and then that next summer, she like hit me up and was like, I'm gonna be at the Chris Brown concert and I'll beat your ass there and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, and I'll be there. And I'm not fucking scared of you. Like, the thing is, all those types of situations is what built up my anger so much to where I had a problem with, like, I had an anger issue because I didn't know how to express my anger. Like, I would always be quiet and be like a goody two shoes and would never say anything and would let people be rude to me and make fun of me and shit. Well, people didn't really make fun of me, but I would just like never speak up. And me not speaking up is what made me have a problem with my anger. So then whenever I was like 20, 21 years old, I always wanted to freaking fight, argue, and go up against people, no matter who they were. And that's a big issue because you can get yourself killed, arrested, and all that kind of stuff because you don't want to speak up and say how you feel. So out of this whole entire story, my advice to you all would be to just like, whenever you have an issue with someone or a problem with someone, you should speak up and actually say, hey, like, what's the issue? I don't like that you're doing this. Or try to like actually talk it out with people so that you're not fighting them and it doesn't lead to something that it doesn't have to lead to. But yeah, anyway, that's just like such a crazy situation. And the story was kind of short, but that was my first fight ever, and I had never been in a fight before, so it was really embarrassing whenever that stuff happened. But yeah, so anyway, if you all enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up down below. Also comment and let me know if you liked the video or if you have any suggestions for what I should film next, because I will be posting next Wednesday. And also don't forget to share this video so that other people can check out my channel, and subscribe so you never miss out. Hit the bell icon below so you can always get notifications for whenever I post, because I don't want you guys to miss a post. I mean, I'm going to be posting a lot more videos, a lot more story times. I'm going to try and do some makeup stuff. I'm going to be vlogging soon. So I really want you guys to be able to stay in the loop with my channel. And don't forget, like I said below, that I was collabing with Antran, and I'm going to put her link down below. So don't forget to check out her video because I'm sure it's going to be a bomb video. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.